Welcome to episode 2 of Race Control. In this episode we'll be talking about how to make your car last just that little bit longer than everyone else's. We'll go through techniques to save your tyres and how to make your engine last to the end of the race. We'll be covering more aspects of endurance racing in next week's episode. So first off, we've got the tyres. It's important to keep all 4 tyres within a specific operating temperature, otherwise you can affect the balance and drivability of the car as well as the amount of grip it has. There are 2 main elements that control a tyre's temperature. The first is mass. The more mass on a tyre, the hotter it will get. You can decrease the mass on the tyres with aspects of the mechanical setup. Decreasing the strength of the aerodynamics and softening the suspension and roll bars can all contribute to making your tyres run cooler if you find all 4 tyres are overheating easily. The second element is friction. If you find only your front or rear tyres overheating, then it is probably due to excess friction. For example, if you find that only the front tyres are overheating, you are probably scrubbing them. Scrubbing is when a driver steers too much into a corner, causing friction to build up and the tyre to overheat. This can be slightly faster in terms of lap times, but it makes the car hard to control and wears the tyres much faster. We tested this SLS GT3 at the Memphis Oval to test the effect of scrubbing. The scrubbing test wore the tyres out much faster than the normal testing, with a time difference of only 1.5 thousandths of a second on the lap time. The scrubbing overheated the tyres to the point of giving up, causing dangerous instability as the test continued. This wasn't helped by the fact the rear right tyre overheated as well, caused by the mass of the car going around the banked surface. If your rear tyres are overheating but your fronts are fine, you might be putting too much power into them. Try using slightly less throttle coming out of corners or increasing the aggressiveness of the traction control. Tyre compound also heavily affects how the tyre behaves. Consider a harder compound if you are driving for a longer duration. The second aspect of endurance racing we'll be talking about today is the engine. Most modern cars don't have issues with engine wear, but when driving older cars such as this Group 5 Capri, you need to take this into account. Some turbocharged cars have adjustable wastegates, which change the amount of power generated by the turbo. Setting this too high also reduces the life of the engine, so make sure it's at a value that you know will go the distance. Sometimes you need the extra power of a higher wastegate value, however, and that is where short shifting is needed. Short shifting is where the driver shifts before the red line, decreasing the wear on the engine. This is also effective on naturally aspirated cars as well as turbo cars with non-adjustable wastegates. Letting the car run at high revs for long periods will also wear the engine excessively. On tracks with long straights, you should adjust the aerodynamics and gearing to lessen the wear on the engine if you are buzzing the limiter. Every car has a natural top speed, whether it be limited by its gearing or by drag. Lengthen your gears if possible and increase the aerodynamics if not. Your goal here is to make sure you don't reach the limiter on the straights. That concludes Race Control episode 2. In next week's episode we'll go through the rest of the endurance racing techniques, so you will be able to make your fuel, brakes and most importantly your mind last until long after everyone else has failed. Thank you for watching.